First thing that I'll do with the Just VC Award is share it with the team. They deserve the praise because they have done the hard work, because they have been dealing with the clients, and at times it's not always been very easy for them. So absolutely praise the team and share the award.
To summarise our winning entry, there was a number of key steps we took. We focused our advisor training and processes on awareness of the wider range of characteristics that relate to the vulnerability drivers. We used a vulnerability data policy to help clarify what advisors can and can't do in respect of holding client data. We updated our Know Your Customer fact-finding processes to help advisors consider the wider characteristics that impact clients. We updated advisor training, and more importantly, we implemented a triage group to be a focal point for advisors and help them with some of the more challenging cases which require quick decisions.
The real hard work has been done over the past couple of years, putting the new policy in place and understanding our clients' needs as they evolve.
We then developed a level of consistency of approach by enhancing our quality checking. We developed a dashboard to gather all the data, and that helps us to develop our understanding of scale and nature. And finally, we developed a vulnerability maturity matrix that benchmarks our current processes against the FCA guidance.
The example that I'll share with you today is where a client was actually in an abusive relationship and they had to share that information with one of the advisors to ensure that the advisor was actually giving them best advice. The advisor took on board this information and altered how they would deal with the client going forward. They had to ensure that they would meet or discuss at pre-arranged times. They also had to ensure that no paperwork was sent because the client made it very clear that her partner could not be aware of the situation because she needed the money so she could escape the abusive relationship. There was great teamwork involved from other areas of the business, and to cap it all, at the end, the advisor put the client in touch with a local women's aid charity for further help and advice.
The single biggest challenge we faced when dealing with vulnerable customers has been changing the culture and the way that advisors think about vulnerability. It's not about labelling a customer or completing a tick box exercise when fact finding. It is genuinely about getting to know your customer and know how you can help them along the journey that you're on with them.
Consumer Duty places more focus on firms to consider the diverse needs of consumers in their target market and at every stage of the client journey. So our current approach focuses on the diverse range of client needs. So we'll continue with that process of identifying characteristics, supporting clients with additional needs, and of course providing good advice outcomes, which is what the duty expects of firms. Additionally though, we will liaise more closely with the manufacturers of the products to understand how their products support clients with additional needs, and we'll take that into account within the design and the review of our own propositions.
So we'd really recommend the ability to understand the scale and nature of your client's vulnerabilities. This helps to drive support material and evolved training programmes.
We're going to focus on more support for advisors. We'll use the rich data we gather. We can then start to analyse more of the characteristics and consider the commonalities in terms of client needs, disadvantages, and around the support we provide to these clients. And that will allow us to think more about the avenues we can use to support clients and also leverage support from the wider business to help us achieve that.
So I think one thing Just have done already and can continue to do is to help supplying us with some really useful training materials. On the Just Advisor website, there is quite a number of pages there now available that help just summarise and guide you even towards more detailed FCA guidance on vulnerable customers. There's also some excellent training in there available for advisors, which we've encouraged our advisors to take part in. And there's also the benefit there at the end of that for the advisor that they can obtain some CPD on the back of completing that. So from other providers out in the market, it would be great to see that sharing of information, provision of training materials, and just things to help advisors online or when they're calling up to speak to the providers. Very useful, we've found as well, is to speak to other advice firms, share best practice, and in a way benchmark yourself against what other peers in the market are doing.